And welcome back.
Good to be back here with you guys. How you doing?
This is the first edition of the Summer 2010 Brian Feuer Coaches Show. We welcome back Coach Brian Feuer. Haven't talked to him in quite some time. We discontinued the show, but we're glad to be back on the channel. We've been renewed for a new season. Coach, it's been a crazy offseason. You guys dropped down to a new league that you once won before. Let's talk about some of the offseason moves you made going into this season.
Well, coming into this season, we were down a couple players. Eric LaPointe moved out to Cleveland. Jimmy retired from South Beach Dive and Surf. Julio Reyes is now sent down to AAA. Again, he's still part of the organization. He's just in AAA right now. He's fine-tuning his skills.
It looked like Julio did have a tough time adjusting to the big league last season. Started off a little rough. Did come on toward the end, but it's good to see him get some at-bats in the minors, and we shall see him back up one day.
Yeah, we should. Again, he's back there. He's fine-tuning his skills. And once he gets the bat going, and we hope to see him up, hopefully, during the season.
Now let's talk about Eric LaPointe. Big Eric LaPointe, he's a first baseman / DH, big bat in the lineup. The reason, really, we brought him in on the team, him and Adam, was because we lost Josh and Carlos. Now you bring Josh Shapiro back. How does that affect the outlook of the team?
Well, Josh is back on a week-to-week basis. He is part of the organization for the summer of 2010. He brings his leadership. He brings a veteran, a player out there. His hustle. He's a good character person, and he's been with South Beach since day one, so he's always part of South Beach. But again, he's here on a part-time basis when we need somebody, and
it's good to see him back in the fold, in the mix. He has always been a great addition to the team. Now, you also added 2 other new players, which a lot of people don't know about. The signing kind of went unnoticed, really quiet on the waiver wire. No one really talked about it. But you picked up a father and son duo, which at first some might say, "Hey, what are you doing? You're supposed to go with the youth movement. Now you're adding an older gentleman." But the addition of Manny and AJ Cuepo, let's talk about that for a minute. What does Manny bring to the table specifically?
Well, let me go back. It just happened to be a father and son duo. It was really going to just be Manny. I mean, it was really just going to be AJ that was going to join our franchise. But when we showed up to the field on Sunday, I knew AJ was bringing his father, and his father wanted to play. So you know what? It didn't hurt. Gave him the opportunity, and as we all saw, Manny's played this game before.
Were you as shocked as some of the other people in the crowd that not only did Manny rip the ball, he showed a lot of power that this team really has never seen before? You now truly have a bat in the middle of the lineup that teams are going to have to fear. How's that going to affect this lineup?
That's going to help our lineup tremendously. We never had we haven't had a bat like that in our lineup, in a while. Adam S. has definitely brought his bat to our lineup, something we really haven't had.
Talking about Adam Summerall, MVP for the last season?
Correct.
Co-MVP, excuse me.
It was nice to have his bat in the lineup last year, and now with Manny this year, those bats in the lineup back to back, we could be somebody to reckon with. But as to Manny joining the club, Danny Reyes came to me and said, "Brian, this guy can crush the ball." And I know how bad Danny wants to win, and he has his times in the field and at the plate where it gets to him. But if he comes to me, he says, "Brian, this guy can play," then I know how competitive he is. That he's not gonna ask me to put someone in the lineup that he doesn't think can benefit us and benefit the team.
Now, with Manny being the pleasant surprise offensively, defensively, I would have to say the surprise would be his son, AJ, who slides into shortstop and puts Bobby back to his natural outfield position. Looks like the team finally has a nice shortstop-second base combo, little defensive gems there with AJ and Lonnie up the middle. How's that going to shore up your defense a little bit?
Well, I think we finally found the middle infield that we've been looking for a while. Not to say that in prior seasons, we haven't been stellar in the middle infield, but we really haven't been stellar. We've done some patchwork to get by. Bobby filled in for us at short, but now he can go back to his natural position, where I think he best helps out the team. Lonnie, he's played short for us before, and he's fine at shortstop, and I think he's adapted into a very good second baseman now as well. But his flexibility at short and second, provides South Beach with a very strong infield. The reason I put AJ at short and not at second, AJ feels more comfortable at short. He came to me and I asked him, do you feel more comfortable at short or second? And I knew there would be no problem with Lonnie staying at second. Lonnie's a team player, and Lonnie's here to help the team win. It's whatever it takes. He's here to help the team win. And as you saw last game, he's starting to play that position, extremely well, like he's been playing it for years. So between Lonnie and AJ, give them a couple of games together, and we can have a pretty nice infield.
Now, on paper, all these off-season changes seem to make sense. They seem to work, but it all needs to come together on the field. You had your first game of the season this past Sunday. Your team went out for a 14-11 victory. You didn't start off so hot. You guys got down 7-0. Were you having flashbacks to last season? How'd you guys snap out of that 7-0 hole and go on for the 14-11 victory?
Well, as usual, we need to take this usual away. Our team started out slow. Again, off weeks don't help us, and we finally woke up in the third inning. Again, we're an organization that's been around for a while, but now we got a couple new players.
Some new pieces to play with.
Pieces in the lineup, and just takes us playing together, to get the team going. We got to learn where people are and what positions they are, and where in the lineup they're going to be. But everybody plays an important role on this team, no matter where they're playing, no matter where they're hitting. But it'll take a little bit of time for us to gel, and if everybody's on the same page, then I don't see why we can't make a run at this.
Now, I did notice with this new look lineup, you guys did have a little bit more pop in the bats. You guys hit 4 triples for the game, which, believe it or not, you guys haven't hit 4 triples basically all season in the past couple seasons. What do you contribute that to? Is it an off-season workout program, getting everyone a little bit buff? But the power, the ball seemed to be flying off the bats last game. I hope this is a trend that can continue with you guys. What do you think?
Well, I think we had 3 triples or 4 triples.
You had 4.
4 triples. 2 came from Manny, which maybe
Shapiro added 1.
Shapiro added 1. He's always had that potential. He shed some pounds, so now he
was able to make it around second this season.
Not only that, he's got maybe a little bit more bat speed. Lonnie's always had the power and capability of hitting that ball. So
looks like he finally may be over the effects of those injuries he had earlier in his career.
He could be, but it is what it is. We could all hit the ball. We're all probably a little bit more comfortable now on that field. And hopefully everything continues from here on out.
Now, despite missing a couple players last game, you mentioned Adam Summerall was not at last game. Benny Shaza was on vacation with his family for the last game. Those 2 guys are back now for this second game coming forward. How does your new lineup look for the second game? Who's in, who's out? Where you starting everybody? Give us the breakdown for game 2. What are we looking forward to?
Wow, you got me on the spot here. It's only Thursday, and I got to announce our lineup. We're gonna have 12 guys out there this weekend. We should be looking very similar to last week. Adam Summerall, though, is joining our roster and our lineup this week, so glad to have him back. Benny Shaza is back. AJ is confirmed. Manny is not confirmed, but we believe he will show. Jed will also be back. Lonnie's in, Lyle's in, Mitch is in, myself is in.
You want to go ahead and announce the lineup, or you want to let the people wait a little bit for that and make them check the website come Friday night or Saturday morning?
We'll post it the next day or so.
Oh, let's come back for that then. Give a little tease.
I just need to confirm one more guy. But as of now, we're going to go with 12 guys, and we're probably going to go with 12 guys throughout the season. we'll have 11 guys playing the field with our 12th guy probably, just hitting, which